say that?
Absolutely ridiculous. I don't paint.
That ball is history. A walk-off home run.
And it's going to be legendary.
James Pledger wraps your day with insight, opinion, plenty of sarcasm, and of course, your calls. He'll even pour a beer out the door for his favorite story of the day. This is Extra Innings with Pledger. Now, here's Pledge.
Welcome into Extra Innings with Pledger right here on San Antonio Sports Star, 94.1 FM, sasportstar.com. I am James Pledger. Thanks for joining me, however you may be joining me, whether that is on 94.1 on your FM dial. If you happen to be locked in and listening via our AA Best Bail Bonds audio player at sasportstar.com, where you can also catch all of our previous shows and interviews in the AA Best Bail Bonds audio vault. Or if you happen to be watching the show live on YouTube, that's right. We stream all of our shows live via YouTube. Just go there, search SA Sports Star, like, subscribe. You can follow along with the show there, watch the show, comment along with the show in there, as Sam and Miss Becky already in there. Or just feel free to hit us up the old-fashioned way, 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776 if you want to be a part of the conversation as we get set to talk a lot about Cowboys training camps, other training camps going on around the area. In the NFL, lots going on, and with that means it is time to start looking ahead to the NFL season in full earnest. And the Morning Huddle was doing that this morning as they were talking about some of the top rosters across the NFL.
Did ranking the NFL rosters heading into the season, best projected starting lineups. I looked over this list, and there's some I agree with, some I completely disagree with. I don't know where they even came up with these. Number one on the list is the Baltimore Ravens,
and I agree wholeheartly.
I agree as well.
Dude, they are stacked.
Yeah, top to bottom, they are good almost everywhere. Well, with the exception of kicker, a big unknown at kicker.
Yeah.
The greatest kicker of all time.
Who'd have thought the problem with your kicker is he was using his hands too much.
I know. I know. But yeah, they're in a really solid situation. Eagles are number 2.
Yep.
Also pretty good everywhere. They lost some guys on the defensive front, but they've been drafting depth there, so we'll see if those guys are any good. Number 3 is Detroit. We'll see.
I agree.
Okay.
I think man for man, there might not be the biggest stars, but I'm on St. Brown might not be the name that comes off your mouth when you're talking best wide receivers, but he's right in the list. So I think they have a lot of those dudes that are just right on the list, not come first in mind, but they're in the top 10.
I think we'll see we'll see what this team looks like when the offensive coordinator and defensive coordinator are stripped away. We'll see how good these guys really are.
I'll tell you, Jared Goff's working on a different lane than the rest of us because of his wife alone.
Yeah.
Go watch that quarterback show, man.
Very hot wife.
Well done.
Very hot.
Well done. I'll give you some credit.
I offered Jared Goff a lot of money. Believe me, a lot. Number 4, Buffalo, which is a joke.
So now it's a joke, but when you weigh value. So if you look at the most important players on a team, you go, well, a quarterback's worth 8 points, a left tackle's worth 6 points, a tight end's worth 4 points, and you add all the things together, the value of Josh Allen's pretty damn high. You're starting with a little bit of a handicap along with Kansas City. When you start with Josh and you start with Mahomes, those are the 2 quarterbacks everybody in the world wants. So you're already starting ahead. You know what I mean? Now, they don't have as good a wide receivers and running backs and skill positions. Both of these teams, I don't think. Yeah. But when you throw Josh Allen and Mahomes in, suddenly the sum total of the parts gets a little bit higher. But if you took Josh Allen away, what does that roster look like? Yikes.
Yeah.
Yikes. But with him, it doesn't look half bad.
Kind of the same with Kansas City.
Exactly.
I don't get it.
But it's Mahomes and Allen.
They're 5th, by the way, Kansas City.
It's the photo negative of Philly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You can take Jalen Hurts away, and they still
And
probably got a top 10 roster.
That's why Baltimore is like really, really unfair because they have a very high level quarterback and the rest of their roster is freaking awesome.
So the sum of their parts, I think Baltimore, the sum is probably greater than the whole. You know what I mean? I think the parts are probably even better than the team will be. Where Buffalo, the sum of the parts is probably less than the whole. You know, that the team is even better because they all have to be stars in their roles, you know, and Philly, they just got a bunch of stars. Baltimore just got a bunch of stars.
6 is Denver.
That's shocking to me.
I mean,
wow.
Outside of, well, I mean, they got a lot of good on defense. I wouldn't say they've got a lot on offense that I'd be real excited about other than the line. Their line is phenomenal, but wide receiver is meh. Running back is maybe worse than meh.
A lot of maybes.
And Bo Nix is a big question mark. But, man, they have a hell of an offensive line and a hell of a defense. 7 is Washington.
Feels like it.
8, the Rams. 9, the Bengals, which, again, if you weigh heavy on quarterback, you know, they got
and I think it's worth it. I think you should.
10, San Francisco. Which that's
they've dropped.
Man. Yeah, it's dropped. The names are still there. There's still Brandon Ayuk, Christian McCaffrey, George Kittle, you know, Trent Williams,
but their arrow's headed down.
Yeah, I agree. Well, Nick Bosa, they still got some guys.
Oh, they do, but every minute they're getting a little bit older, and they're about several of those guys about to hit the cliff, the 32, 33-year-old cliff.
Minnesota 11, Tampa 12, Houston 13.
Nice.
They are so good in certain positions and so in others. Their offensive line, I don't know what to think. They've been dreadful for years. I don't know if they're going to be better now. Anytime you've got a dreadful offensive line and you get rid of the best offensive lineman, I think there's reason for concern. But I also I trust D'Amico Ryans to build this team the way he wants it built. I will say, I mean, Daniil Hunter and Will Anderson is about as good of an edge rush combo as you can ask for. They're real good in the back end. Derek Stingley's phenomenal. They've done a good job drafting. And Nico Collins is obviously pretty special too. Green Bay 14, Chicago 15.
You're gonna have to do some convincing here.
Yeah.
I don't see it. Maybe, but this is a lot of predicated on future success is based on past return, on very limited returns. I don't see that they've added that much depth and talent.
16 is the Chargers, who are, I think, really good at quarterback, pretty good at offensive line. Remember they lost Joey Bosa.
They just lost another wide receiver.
Yeah,
well, they didn't have him, but they were getting him back. This is the Mendoza line, right? We're at 5. We're at 16. We're right at the middle.
Arizona 17. 18, the Dallas Cowboys. Now, it says here their biggest strength. What would you consider their biggest strength?
Probably wide receiver.
That's what they say. Starts with CeeDee Lamb. And then obviously now George Pickens, Jalen Tolbert, Kevontae Turpin, Jonathan Mingo provide serviceable depth. Biggest weakness.
Defensive front 7. That's hard for me to, if Odigizua lives up, maybe. But I'll go offensive line just because.
I would have said offensive line too. They say running back.
Well, it is a hole. I'll give you that, but we're kind of used to that.
It says out is Rico Dowdle. In are Javonte Williams, Miles Sanders, and day 3 rookie Jaden Blue. Williams has the highest ceiling, but the 25-year-old has struggled badly with efficiency since tearing his ACL. Sanders was a non-factor during 2 seasons in Carolina, though he showed some juice with 116 total yards and 2 touchdowns in Week 18 last season. Oh, wow. He had a good – you're saying he had a good game. Yeah, great. Yeah, I would have gone with the offensive line. I don't know what they are. I don't know if, like I said, I don't know if Tyler Guyton is good.
We'll find. You're right. I don't know. And I think I'm not mad at this. I think this is about when you're paying your quarterback that much money, it's hard to have a bunch of talent on your team. So that's about where they probably should be, about 18.
Yeah. The one guy on the offensive line I'm sure is pretty good is Tyler Smith. The rest of them are question marks.
Yeah.
I mean, in fact, Terrence Steele, I'm pretty sure is not good.
And we'll see how rookie works out. He seems like he's got an opportunity, but yeah, that's going to be a problem. You get the sense that running the ball between the offensive line and the backs doing it is going to be, at the end of the day, the hiccup.
19 is Pittsburgh. Biggest strength, it says edge rusher. Biggest weakness, offensive tackle. Okay.
Not
I want to take a look
quarterback.
at quarterback. You'll see. You will see. 20 Seattle. 21 the Patriots, which, boy. All right.
Slow transition.
Yeah, 21 still feels high to me. Anything they do is like it's impressive. 22 Jacksonville, 23 Raiders, 24 Dolphins, which is funny. Like everybody was like, "Oh, they're so talented." Like a couple years ago, now it's like maybe not.
It's amazing how fast things can happen in the NFL when you can go from one of the most talented teams to one of the least talented teams in a matter of a year or two, like the Miami Dolphins. But Cowboys, they have an 8 team right now, and that feels incredibly low considering the amount of talent that this team has. When you talk about CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens and what we've all seen from Jake Ferguson, having that much invested in that offensive line. I understand the running back is still an unknown, but it feels light years better than it was last year. Sam said Houston's line is meh, but we just don't know. We don't know because new offensive system and Bobby Slowick has taken the brunt for a lot of what happened in Houston with that offensive line and how things more's going to go on CJ's plate in terms of protection. Is that going to be helpful? The Lions are high, and look, they're grading rosters, not overall teams, because if you're judging the overall team, I love Dan Campbell, but losing both Ben Johnson and Aaron Glenn in the same offseason and having to replace 2 coordinators, we saw how difficult that was with Philly when they lost both their coordinators a couple of years ago after a Super Bowl with Shane Steichen and Jonathan Gannon. And it took them a year after that to where they blew them both out and brought in the right guys with Kellen Moore and Vic Fangio to kind of fix what ailed them the previous season. And remember, they started that season hot too. They just ended it ice cold. So I always have at least a little bit of wariness when a good team loses both of its coordinators in the same offseason. If you're talking about a team as its entirety, the roster, it's a very good roster. Very, very well assembled roster up there in Detroit. How good are these rosters? How deep are these rosters in an ability to potentially try and capitalize? We won't know until we see it on the field here in a couple of weeks. Same goes with the Dallas Cowboys because there are a lot of questions that surround them. We'll try and answer some of those when we come back right here on Extra Innings with Pleasure on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
San Antonio Sports Star is sending our boys to see the boys. Our AA Best Bail Bonds coverage of Dallas Cowboys training camp in Oxnard, California begins Monday morning, July 28th. Sponsored in part by Southern Recipe Pork Rinds, Jim Beam, and AARP, South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Don't let pain hold you back from living your best life. I'm Dr. Jason Garrett with Arasti. At Arasti, we're dedicated to providing fast, effective relief from pain. Whether you've been dealing with a chronic discomfort for years or have recently suffered an injury, our goal is to help you recover quickly. Our treatment is all natural, non-invasive, and covered by most insurance plans. With convenient locations nearby, relief is just a call away. Visit Arasti.com. That's AIRROSTI.com. Arasti, we fix pain fast.
April Ansira here from the Ansira Auto Group. Every year, the Texas Yes Project provides thousands of students across the state with free school supplies. And now you can help by entering the Drive Away for Education raffle, proudly sponsored by the Ansira Auto Group. One lucky winner will drive away in a brand new car, truck, or SUV, and countless young Texans will move forward with stronger futures. And we'll be giving away a gas card and shopping spree, plus other weekly prizes. Buy your raffle ticket today at texasyesproject.org.
This is an important notice to all U.S. taxpayers. The IRS is giving away billions of dollars in tax savings through a federal program called the Fresh Start Initiative to aid delinquent taxpayers. This initiative was established for anyone facing financial hardship and unable to line at People's Tax Relief to see if you qualify and get this free information by dialing 800-285-2521. If you have unfiled tax returns or cannot afford to pay your personal or business back taxes, you can now get the help you need. One simple phone call can resolve your tax problem and save you thousands of dollars. To see if you qualify and to get this important free information, call 800-285-2521. 800-285-2521. 800-285-2521.
Must qualify for enrollment. Results vary. Consult with your tax professional prior to enrollment.
Hi, Zoe Saldana. Welcome to T-Mobile. Here's your new iPhone 16 Pro on us.
Thanks. And here's my old phone to trade in.
You don't need a trade-in. When you switch to T-Mobile, we'll give you a new iPhone 16 Pro. Plus, we'll help you pay off your old phone up to $800, and you still get to keep it.
There's always a trade-in.
Not right now at T-Mobile.
I feel like I have to give you something in return for karma.
That's okay.
I don't really have much in my purse. Oh, let's see. Hand sanitizer. It's lavender.
I'm good. Seriously.
Let me check this pocket. Oh, mints?
Really, I'm fine.
Oh, I have raisins. I'm a mom. Wait 1 sec. I've got cupcakes in the car.
It's our best iPhone offer ever. Switch to T-Mobile. Get a new iPhone 16 Pro with Apple Intelligence on us. No trade-in needed. We'll even pay off your phone up to $800.
With 24 monthly bill credits, new line, $100 plus a month on experience beyond finance agreement, $999.99 and qualifying for it. For well-qualified plus tax and $10 connection charge. Pay off via virtual prepaid card. Allow 15 days. Credits end and balance due if you pay off early or cancel. See T-Mobile.com.
ZipRecruiter is the place. ZipRecruiter is the place for talented teachers, savvy software developers, and master mixologists. ZipRecruiter is the place where you meet all these people and more. That's because ZipRecruiter is the place for job seekers who are looking for new opportunities. In fact, ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day, so you can find the right candidates right away. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
This is the story of the one. As a lineman, he does whatever it takes to keep the power on in his community. And he wants a partner like Grainger who does the same. Grainger offers the professional-grade products he needs, from voltage detectors to harnesses to hard hats, plus fast, dependable delivery, so he can rise to every challenge. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Find what you love and love what you find. A Total Wine and More, the place to go for sipping rosés with seltzers on ice, making margaritas with your favorite tequilas. It's warm out, let's go. Our prices are low on spirits, beer, and wine. You're gonna find what you love and love what you find.
Only at Total Wine and More. Drink responsibly. B21.
Texting enrolls you into recurring automated text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Hey, Dan, how you doing? Haven't seen you around the gym.
Yeah, I've really fallen off. Since I turned 40, I just don't get the results I used to get.
Could be lower testosterone. I went through it a while back. I got Nugenix Total T, and it's made a huge difference for me.
I've seen that ad on TV. Is it for real?
Oh, yeah. The key ingredient is something called Tesnor, which helps boost free and total testosterone levels to help you trim up and stay lean.
And it's made a difference for you?
Man, I feel like I'm in my 20s again, at work, in the gym, and in the bedroom.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try it for themselves?
Yeah, you just need to send them a text. Text BEACH to 42424 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T. Plus, text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo, our most powerful fat incinerator ever, to help you get back into shape fast, absolutely free. Text BEACH to 42424. That's BEACH to 42424.
Products and statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease or illness.
It's Extra Innings with Pledger on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Welcome back into Extra Innings with Pledger right here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I am James Pledger. Rolling along with me tonight as we take you down to the bottom of the hour for Rangers baseball as they get set to open up a series against the A's at Globe Life Park. Some news coming across in the last few minutes. The Rangers making a couple of moves. Reliever Chris Martin going on the injured list. He's expected to miss 4 to 6 weeks with a calf strain. They have recalled third baseman Josh Young to the big league roster from AAA Round Rock after his hitting struggles earlier in the season. See if those got worked out while he was down there in Round Rock. But the Dallas Cowboys, well, they held their State of the Cowboys address today, and it's always fun to talk about with Jerry and them because Jerry he holds court at these things and says some wild things, including throwing some players under the bus from time to time.
You know, Jerry gets a bad rap sometimes.
Well, he does. He drinks something else.
Well, yeah, but he gets a bad rap. Like all over the news today, Jerry Jones takes shot at star players. Now, we'll set this up. Talking about contracts, doing them early. He was specifically asked about the deals done early for Terrence Steele and Trayvon Diggs.
Frankly, should we have waited on Diggs and Steele? Oh, you brought them up. I didn't.
Well, yeah, because, they've been hurt since we signed them.
Yes. Well, Diggs has been hurt a lot.
Yeah.
He really has. And then Terrence Steele, he tried to play through some of that stuff last year and just wasn't very good. But look, I don't blame Jerry. So you kind of got an inside look into why the Cowboys do what they do, because we sit here and you talk and you hear people and is why haven't they paid Micah? How come? Why are they waiting for? Why didn't they do it last year? Well,
and same thing. We can sign them like we did with Dak. Doesn't mean we're going to get him all season.
Just because we sign him doesn't mean we're going to have him. He was hurt 6 games last year.
Mike,
seriously.
But it was 40
We've
minutes.
signed, I remember signing a player for the highest paid at the position in the league, and he got knocked out 2/3 of the year, Dak Prescott. So there's a lot of things you can think about when you, just as the player does, when you're thinking about committing and guaranteeing money.
Interesting stuff there. And yeah, he was wrong. Diggs was only out, or Micah Parsons was only out 4 games, but he was hurt, I think, before that. I think he just tried to play through it.
There were a couple games he missed a lot of snaps there. And as Jerry so bluntly said today, he could sign Micah Parsons and then watch Micah go get hit by a car.
The other thing I would say is contracts are 4 or 5 years. There's a lot of water under the bridge if you step out there and do something in the first 2 or 3. You get hit by a car, seriously. And so there's a lot to look at over a lot of years that could make a big difference. Have you ever heard of any clubs committing to players and then they didn't pan out after they committed to them? We have.
Yeah, I just mentioned them, Trayvon Diggs and Terrence Steele. Oh, my goodness.
I mean, sometimes you hear these owners, and they do have to commit a whole lot of money. And, yeah, you're right. You can get hit by a car. It's a violent game. Injuries happen. I think most understand when injuries do happen, that's a part of it. It sucks.
It does. And they're unpredictable. You are at the will of injury when it comes to this sport because most of the time they're playing hurt through it most of the year. Some they're just not able to. And it's the price of doing business. Should that keep you from signing these players early? I don't think so. But Jerry seems to, or at least right now, that's how he feels about these big mega deals. Unless he's getting a discount, then he'll do it early. That's his modus operatus. And that's how he's going to do things until otherwise noted. Remember, we got Rangers A's coming up here at the bottom of the hour. Call your loved ones, check on them. You never know what people are going through in life. We'll see you tomorrow right back here on San Antonio Sports Star.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Or night. Hot flashes due to menopause can be unpredictable. That's why there's Veoza, a prescription treatment proven to reduce the number and severity of hot flashes day and night that can start working in as early as 1 week. Based on clinical studies measuring efficacy at 4 and 12 weeks, individual results may